Tuesday, October 21st. Florida Fish 100 here. You're looking at the stand, all painted, ready for the tank. On the bottom there are a few things that I'm going to be putting in the tank. Heaters and air stones and air bubblers and all that sort of jazz. It's not everything, but still a few things. In the back you see the filter. I'm going to put a second filter in there once I'm ready to set the tank up. I've got the backdrop on the back of the tank stand. Got it positioned. I used some Velcro to get that into position, as well as my power strips here. It's all Velcroed in. So this is the stand. Pretty much where it's going to be in my office. Let me back up and let you take a look at that. There's the 150, and there's going to be the 170, which is really going to tower over the conference room, because as you can see, the steel tank stand is higher than the wooden credenza that's supporting my 150, and the 170 is taller. It's 30 inches high, whereas the 150 is 26. So it's going to probably be 5 feet tall, which will probably be close to about, not the top rung of the divider, but probably between the top rung and the second to highest. It'll be up there. It'll be huge. But the look of the tanks in the conference room is going to look sort of like this, where you're going to have a tank on this side, tank on this side. We'll have over 350 gallons of water in this conference room. Correct that, 320 gallons of water. So I'm going to take you to the tank work area. Some of the things I'm thinking about putting in there. This is the metal highlight light that I got from the saltwater guy. I've got it on the internet for sale, but don't know if it's gonna do that or not. Alright, see if I can kill this. Now, this is the tank. I am taking the hard water stains off, as you can see. It is finally coming around. And guess what I'm using? You will not believe it. This stuff right here. pH down. If you look at the contents, it's 10% sulfuric acid. But that's the kicker right there. That little dinky bottle right there. That's doing it. So if anybody needs to take some hard water stains off their fish tank, that will get it done. Now, I did the right side earlier, and it's pretty much completely clear. The other side is fairly clear, but I'm going to go ahead and douse it again before I leave for the evening. So, but it's just about there. I can't believe it. I'm so happy that I finally got the stains off of this tank. Been a long time in coming, but I think I'm going to get there. That's the duct tape that I'm going to use for the bottom, and then this is the trim tape. That's what that's going to look like. It's going to be at the water line. I tell you, it's going to be a cool looking tank. I got some rock the other day from Lowe's. I saw some outside of their compound, and basically I asked him if he wouldn't mind me picking that rock up, and he said no. So it's not rock per se. It's more like bricks that you would use for a landscape type situation, but looks like rocks, and it was free. And it'll probably be some of the things I use for the base before I put the Texas Holy Rock on it. So it'll just build up the tank a little bit, because the tank is 30 inches high, and you need a lot of Holy Rock to fill that void. So I'm going to use some cheaper rock on the bottom to kind of build it up, build the base, and then take it up from there. We're going about 5 minutes on this video. I'm going to make a quick video with it tonight, But essentially, that's it. That's where we are. I got some rugs in front of the stand, so to dress it up just a little bit. And I think I'm going to take that plant right there, that artificial plant, and put it right there between the two tanks. It'll serve to kind of break up the area between the two tanks, and I think it'll add to the ambiance in the conference room. So what you'll see is 150 on this side and a 170 on this side, and you'll have the artificial plant in the middle, and then of course the conference room, and you see my whiteboard in the reflection on in the glass panels, which really makes this office unique. The glass panels that extend from maybe 18 inches from the floor all the way up to essentially the ceiling. And what I understood was that this was a training room at one point in time by one of the healthcare companies here in town. That's a good look at the 150. They're behaving themselves for the most part in there. I think what I'm going to do is convert this to a haplochromis tank, and then take my peacocks out and put them in a peacock only tank, and grow out tank for small haps and smaller peacocks, smaller fish. And then the 170 is going to have Victorians and Tanganekins in it. So I'll have my Trophus, might have a few Mbunas, I doubt it, but I might. And then Victorians. Any kind of Victorian I could find, I'm going to throw in there, along with the Tanganekins. I think I'm going to get a Frontosas, some Blue Zaire Frontosas. I saw some real nice ones the other day in Daytona. And they're a little expensive, but gosh, they're beautiful fish. I think this 170 is going to be for some calm fish. These guys are just nuts at times. But that's a pretty good look at the 150. I'm going to take a couple of pieces of equipment out of here and put them in the 170. This one's just overstuffed with blowers and water movers and all that kind of jazz. So again, this is the look of the 150 when you're sitting down at the conference room table. You don't really see the LEDs unless you kind of look up at it, you know. But it's LED from 1 inch to 72 inches. My 170 is going to have a different look, as you know. Probably will have LEDs for 4 feet. That leaves a foot of no light on either side. And I'll probably put some, instead of the spot LEDs that I talked about, I'll probably put my air bubblers with LED shooting straight up. So they'll have some light. So it'll look nice. It really will. It'll cover the tank. As far as aquascaping, I'm going to go with Holy Rock in this 170. And I probably will go with a different sort of plant. This had the bamboo, which I really love, but this 170 is going to be a little bit different. The plants are going to be a little bit more colorful because the stone in the aquarium is going to be all white. So to keep it from being too bland, I'm going to throw in some colorful artificial plantings at different levels all the way up to the Holy Rock, which will basically go from about 9 inches from the bottom of the tank all the way up to essentially the top, similar to what the cypress log is doing here, the stump. See how it's pretty much at the top of the water? But it's going to be stratified, and of course I'll have some of the coral in here. So it's going to be a different look than this one, just a little bit different look. Plantings in here are going to be different. So every tank is different. You never do the same tank over. It's about 9 minutes and 43 seconds or so in the video. I'm going to cut it at about 10 minutes. If you like the videos, please like them, subscribe if you want to, comment if you wish. support this effort. I'll probably end up with about 15 parts to this video. It'll take the viewers from basically the onset of getting the tank, deciding to start it, taking it all the way to the final piece of holy rock that I put on the tank, which will be just after Thanksgiving. So my schedule is going to be holy rock completely in place after I come back from Thanksgiving. So anyway, keep checking them out. I'll probably do a update in a bit. It may be a week or so before I do an update, because I probably won't be putting the tank into position for another week and a half. So I probably won't be doing an update on this for quite some time. So anyway, appreciate you viewing, liking, and subscribing. See you later. This is Florida Fish 100, casting off. See you next time.